Okay. Good evening to everyone present here. I welcome you all to the Healthy Aging Talk series in episode 244. Today, we are very delighted to have a distinguished psychiatrist with us, Dr. Jayashri, with an MBBS from Madurai Medical College and an MD in psychiatry from SRM Medical College, currently serving as a senior resident psychiatrist in NIMHANS in a rural project called NAMHAN, which is a pilot program to take mental health to every taluk in the country. Ma'am will share valuable insights on mental health after retirement, finding purpose and stability. As we transition into retirement, maintaining mental well being and finding new purpose become essential for a fulfilling life. So, this phase can bring both opportunities and challenges, making it crucial to prioritize mental health, discover meaningful activities, and cultivate stability. So, now I give time to Dr. Jayashri to please proceed with today's session. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Pleasure to meet you all in this session today. Good evening. Yes. So let me go right to the topic. So today I wanted to talk about mental health after retirement, uh, finding a purpose and stability. So I am sure you might have already come across this topic multiple times, and I'm sure you might have already heard a lot of valuable things which were discussed by various people. But I wanted to specify very like focus mainly on finding purpose and stability. So it can be just today's session will just be about that. So we will start. And so before I go directly into the topic, a few statistics I wanted to highlight here. So the first thing is that there are a lot of studies which have been done on mental health after retirement, which have already which have shown a temporary 6 to 9% decline in mental health during first 6 years post retirement, and they're also referring to this as something called a Nash Felter's dip. So but actually, the paradox is that even if there are a lot of mental health challenges in the initial part of the retirement, 69% of the retirees report improved social wellness and health outcomes after adjustment. So you have to know that even if it feels like a lot of stability and purpose is lost in the first few months or even years of retirement, slowly there is a way to adjust, and slowly the wellness and health are actually improving towards the once we are adjusted to that phase. So retirement as a life transition. So transition experience varies dramatically based on one, preparation level. Preparation does not just mean financial, even psychological preparation is very essential. Then the health status and social support, voluntary versus involuntary retirement, previous job satisfaction and identity attachment. So these are just a few of factors which can be very commonly seen in anyone going through a retirement, and these also serve as factors which are uh, very essential in understanding how a person is coping with retirement. So a question out to you: raise your hand if you retirement has been what you expected. So can anyone answer? Like, did your retirement happen the way you expected it?
Yeah, exactly. It was expected,
Exactly.
as expected. Yes.
Okay. Yes, sir. Very good. Anyone else who is disagreeing with this? Like, no, it was not expected, like how I expected? Is there anyone who has that idea?
Madam, if you're financially sound to some extent, we are
Okay.
happy only, madam.
Okay. So you are saying that to some
With the
extent.
basic
Got
necessity.
it. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
to some
Got it.
extent.
Okay. But why I focused on this question is, like I told you, there are these four factors that decide whether the retirement is it's going to be smooth and how you expected or not. Which the primary thing is preparation, right? So, like how sir has rightly pointed out, if you are financially prepared, then to some extent your your retirement is going to be as you expected. But the preparation also includes some psychological preparation. So maybe when you are really psychologically also prepared for your retirement, it can be fully as you expected. So stages of retirement. Actually, there are 6 stages of retirement. First is the planning phase, which is pre-retirement. So you have to understand that retirement doesn't start on the day that you retire. It in fact start in the maybe few months or even a year before your retirement, when you start thinking about your retirement, like what are you going to do after it? How are you going to retire? How is, what are the things that you wanted to do? And all of this will come in the planning phase. The second phase is the actual retirement event. You must have all experienced this. When you got retired, there must have been some sense of relief, so a sense of happiness that finally I'm home, finally I get to do things that I want, finally I'm not on a schedule, I am not doing the 9 to 5 that I used to do or anything like this. So I again want to emphasize that this may not be the same for everyone, but this is the popular opinion that the retirement event was a honeymoon, like we call that as a honeymoon phase. Then comes the disenchantment phase. The disenchantment phase is more or less like when the you are coming out of a dream, when you are facing the reality, when the illusion of the happiness and that came with the freedom of retirement is slowly wearing off, and you start to see that with freedom there is also a lot of instability in this retirement phase. Then comes the reorientation, where you have to think about things that you do after the retirement and you are orienting yourself, which is like adjusting to the retirement phenomena. Then comes the stability phase. So you try to find a routine in this chaotic and organized period. So that is called the stability phase. Then comes the legacy phase. Legacy phase was initially not in the stages of retirement. It was later added by some other researchers who felt that everybody who is going through the old age, they would definitely want to pass something on to the next generation. So when they start thinking about that, when they start creating something that goes on to the next generation, that's called the legacy phase. But you might have also noticed that all these phases might not have happened to you in a sequential manner. It may have been here and there. Some might have experienced a pre-retirement phase for a very short time. Some might have even not experienced it. Some might have been planning for it for more than 5 years. The same way you could have not experienced a stability phase. You might have experienced it earlier and not experienced some other phase. So you have to understand that these phases are not sequential and they are not set in stone. Like you should not have like a notion that you will be going through all the stages. But you should also know that these are some possibilities and these are some of the things that can help you make sense of what you're going through. Erickson says, in later life we ask, was my life meaningful? Do any of you know about Erickson, the psychologist Erik Erikson? Have you heard about him?
We have heard about him.
Okay, yes, sir. So, Mr. Erik Erikson is a psychologist who gave us this theory called the psychosocial development theory, which says that all our life we are faced with conflicts. And depending on our age, depending on the period of life that we are in, the conflict will differ. And the whole development process comes from finding a solution to the conflict. This is the basis of Erickson's theory. So if I have to give an example, Erickson thought as a child, when you are born, you have the conflict of trust versus mistrust, which means that as a baby, the baby is trying to navigate the world, thinking who it should trust and who it should not trust. And it can come to the solution of I can trust these people who are my family, and I should not be trusting these people who are strangers to me. That is when the stranger anxiety will develop in the child. You might see that in your grandchildren, even in your children, when they were growing up, there must have been a period in maybe 6 months to 1 year when they would not go to anyone. They want to be with you, they will cling to you. But when they are very young, they go to everyone. This is because they are trying to resolve that conflict of trust versus mistrust. Likewise, Erickson had given for every age group. And while he said that in the later life, uh, that is between 50 to 60, I don't want to use the word later life, but it is like after your uh, retirement, maybe 50 to 60, if that is how Erickson thought, is the conflict of uh, like generativity versus stagnation, which is the middle adulthood, which is 35 to 50, where you are faced with the conflict of whether I should work more and more and gain more and more both wealth and also people, or whether I should stop it. So that is called the generativity versus stagnation. But towards the end of the adulthood, you would have figured the answer to this. You would have come up to a solution of your own kind. And then comes the late adulthood, where you are faced with the conflict of integrity versus despair. So integrity versus despair basically means that you are reflecting on your entire life in your past, how you have lived, how you have undergone life, and you either are completely in okay with your choices, completely okay with whatever you have done until now, and you gain this integrity, or you will be feeling some sort of hopelessness, some sort of may have done this, I should have been better, I should have uh, could have also done this. So if you are faced with that, then it is called despair. So I'm not saying that people will choose either integrity or despair. There may have been times when you felt more integrity than despair, and there may have also been times where the despair was more compared to the integrity. But towards the end of late adulthood, you would feel that you have undergone this conflict and you have resolved it properly. This is according to Erickson. Right. So what is this going to work, which was the main part of your adulthood before retirement, what was it giving to your life? So going to work not only defines the physical place, like of course you spend more than 40 hours a week when you are going to work, but it is not just a place where you sit and work. It is also about the internal place, which is an emotional and intellectual stability that came along with going to work. So when you go to work, there is structure. You have to wake up at this time, you have to get ready, you have to get into a car, or you have to get into public transport, and you have to go to the work. And then you come back at 5 o'clock and you have a routine. That structure came with going to work. There is also income, purpose and application and development of skills and talents that you have gained, relationships, opportunities. All of this comes when with going to work. Right. So what happens when this going to work suddenly ends? You lose all of these things that we just talked about. The structure is gone, the income is gone, the purpose is gone. So retirement becomes a phase where you slowly build back all of these things. So, and when you're trying to do that, you might come across a lot of mental health challenges. So number one being the identity and purpose loss. I'm sure a lot of us, when we ask this question, who are you? We instinctively answer with our work. If someone asks me, who am I would say I am a psychiatrist. So or someone else can say I'm an engineer. So that identity comes from your work itself. And the purpose also is attached to this work. So when you are out of work, you still feel like your identity is taken away and the purpose is lost. So that is one of the most common mental health challenge that comes with retirement. And there is also social isolation and loneliness, financial anxiety, health and physical changes, relationship dynamics will change, and also the loss of structure and routine. So what can we do? We talked about all the challenges, we talked about what we are going through and all that. But now we have to talk about what can we do to build back what we have lost. So that is the next topic, which is like building psychological resilience, evidence-based strategies. So there are 5 pillars of retirement resilience. Number 1, which is cognitive flexibility. When you are working, it is not, even if your job involves a lot of physical work, you might have noticed that you would have been having some cognitive stimulation every day in your work. So you don't have to be involved in a cognitive work to do that. Even if you are doing some routine activity, you would see that you will be having conversations with the people, you will be discussing about something. Every day there is a cognitive stimulation that is happening when you are in work. When you are in retirement, this will not be there. So the first thing that you have to do to build resilience is to rebuild your cognitive flexibility. So you have to think, what are the things I love doing? What are the things that I can do to keep myself engaged in something? So I would say the very best example is what you people are doing right now, listening to this lecture, which is making you think, which is making you also which is stimulating your cognition, I would say. So cognitive flexibility is something which is very much evidence-based strategy to build resilience. The second one is emotional regulation. Like I said, there are a lot of emotional dynamics that will change when you are going through retirement. So you have to be very careful as to regulate your emotions so you don't let them get the best of you. So that is again a way of building resilience. The third one is social connection. When you are in work, social connection is a given. Even if you don't want to meet people, you are going to meet people all the time. But when you are in retirement, when you have retired, unless you make that effort of going and connecting socially with people, it will be a bit difficult to get the connection to automatically happen. So what the experts say is you have to make some effort in building social connection in order to maintain a resilience. Then comes physical vitality. Exercise is a must because one, the in the later life, the body reacts differently, like how it used to in young when you were young, and that is one thing why we promote exercise. But you should also think that exercising, even if it is like not necessarily going to a gym or something, but just going on a walk, going to the park, you meet a lot of people. So even social connection comes there. And when you are doing exercise very regularly, there have been a lot of studies where it says that it has an effect on your stress levels. And in that way, it can help with your emotional regulation also. So all of this are reasons why the physical vitality should be given a lot of importance when you are in the later life. Then comes purpose and meaning. Like I already said, if you're not like you can make like a list of things that you wanted to do, but you could not do when you were going to work. Say, for example, traveling. You might not have had enough leaves to go on elaborate trips. You might not have had the money at that time because you might have been saving, investing. So now you can make use of the time and you can make use of the savings also, where you can use it to find your purpose. I'm giving travel as an example. It doesn't have to be travel. It can be other things. Like if you always wanted to do community service and you could not.
Can I raise only one question, doctor?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, you are talking about physical vitality. What is
Yes.
the best time of exercise? That what is the best, I mean, quantum of exercise a senior citizen is expected to do? Because different people are telling different things. See, daily 2 hours, daily 3 hours, daily 1 hour, 150 minutes per week. See, different parameters are coming up. Which one, according to you, is the best number?
So I would say the answer is not universal. It is not the same for everyone.
Right, doctor?
Physical vitality depends on the person itself. How much exercise do I need? And the second thing is how much exercise can I take? So there are two things which are involved in this. One, how much do I need? That depends on my health conditions. Second, how much can I take? Which is like, do I like to do exercise? What kind of exercise I like to do? How much exercise I have done in the past? All of these are factors that will decide how much you can take. So what I would say is the best thing to do is do what feels comfortable. That is the number one point. If you feel like you can walk for half an hour, 45 minutes and feel energized, that's enough. That is enough exercise for a day. But if
Thank
you
you,
feel like I can push myself and I can run for 1 hour and then I can do some weights, go for it. So whatever is comfortable to you, that much if you do, that is more than enough, sir.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you. That helps.
Yes. Right. So the next, so we have talked about stability. So when you build resilience, you can build the stability. Next thing is pathways to purpose. Purpose is what I want to mention here, like beyond the traditional retirement activities. Traditional retirement activities, according to like the papers, what it means is like when you are going on, like you wake up and you do your daily routine and you are like just there. So that is a traditional retirement activity that they are mentioning. But beyond this, what can you do to find a purpose? So number one is generative engagement, which is mentoring professionals in your formal field. So you have you might have developed a lot of skills and talents in your work life, not just work but also in your whole adult life. You might have built a lot of things, and now without an expression of those things, they might be lost also. So what you can do is you can take some people in your field and you can mentor them. So that is one of the examples that I'm giving for generative engagement. Or if you feel like I don't want to do that in my profession, you can take some other skill. Maybe you like to draw, you like to teach, you like to um, do exercise. You can get a few people and you can start your own mentoring in a small level or even larger level, where it doesn't feel like a business but it feels like something you are doing out of your own interest. So that is something that can be done if you as a pathway to finding purpose. The second thing is creative expression. Like I said, dormant artistic interests. You might have had a favorite thing to do, but you never found time to do it when you were in your work life. Like when you might like to write poetry. Actually, this reminds me of my father, because my father, until he retired, we never knew that he could write poetry. So it was very sad. But now he has started to write poetry frequently, and he posts like he is not publishing them anywhere, but he is sending them to us in the WhatsApp groups, and we read it and we appreciate him, and that gives him more confidence to write more. And now it has become a part of his routine. So I would say that if you have dormant artistic interests like those, you can write, or even you can write, collect photos of old photos of family, and you can make like a scrapbook. Or you can, if you feel like I don't I'm not a fan of art, maybe what you can learn new skills. Like now you can see in YouTube there are a lot of people who teach skills for free. Like uh, for example, there are like videos which teach art history, where you can just see and you can learn about the different arts and cultures in of the world, and you can get an interest. Like you see a lot of them and one of them will strike you, and that you can learn, and that also can be a part of creative expression. The third one is service and advocacy. I don't want to talk more about this because I'm sure like you're already doing it in other like various places. So this is basically volunteering for causes that align with your values, and also community leadership and civic engagement. Next one is intellectual stimulation. So what they say is that once you get to a certain age, you lose that like ability to learn, which is an entirely false statement. In fact, like learning goes lifelong. So you can take something which you love and you can learn deeper and deeper in it. So book clubs and discussion groups are a part of doing that, which are I'm sure if you are in a city like Bangalore and Chennai, there are a lot of opportunities for book clubs and discussion groups. And also relationship investment. Investment is basically deepening family connection, spending time with your family members. You also developing new friendships. That is also part of finding purpose in your retirement. And the last comes adventure and discovery, which is travel, but not just traveling for the sake of traveling. Instead, you wanted, like you had read about this place somewhere when you were like, or some of your co-workers had told you about the pyramids in Egypt, and now you have the time and you also have the like interest to go and see them. You can go and travel with purpose. You can make a memoir of out of your travel. Like you can take down what all you noted in your travel. You can keep a journal. So that is how you travel with purpose. Instead of taking a preset holiday package tour, you can make the planning. You can discover places to see. It doesn't have to be anywhere fancy as going abroad. It can even be in Bangalore. It can be a small heritage walk that in your locality. But the main thing that you have to note here is you are doing it with a purpose. Like you should know why you are going to this place, and you should also be expecting to learn about the place, and you should also be noting down the experiences. By doing all these, you can see that it is not just passing time, but it is also gaining something, which is the finding purpose. Right. So the next thing is, I just wanted to give a small orientation of creating your own personal purpose statement. So I will explain how it goes, and maybe we can try this. So the step one is value identification. So you have to ask yourself this question: what I value the most in life? And the value should be something like family, like I value creativity, I value art, I value adventure, I value spirituality, I value independence. So it should be very specific. At the same time, it should be a quality instead of a very a person or something. So that you should identify. So you can list 5 to 7 core values. Then you have to ask yourself the question: what are my greatest strengths and capabilities? So you can say, I am very good in the job that I did. So my professional skills are very good. Or you can say something like, I am a very a good communicator. I can get across my point in a very correct manner. Then you can say, I have gone through a lot of things in my life. So that experiences that I've gained, that are my strengths. So you have to find your strengths and capabilities. You have to identify some 5 to 7 strengths. Then the step 3 is to impact the vision. Like you have to ask yourself, the way I most want to contribute. Like you might have a lot of interests, you might have a lot of strengths, but what do I want to focus here as a priority? What is the priority for me? Do I want to do something for my family? Do I want to do something for the community? Do I want to do something for my peers, like for or my future generations? So that is the impact vision. Based on these 3 questions, you can create your purpose statement. So I've given an example statement, which is like, in my retirement, I am most fulfilled when I use my organizational abilities to create meaningful family gatherings because I value connection and legacy. Right? Can you understand what I'm saying? So we have used all the above 3 statements here. Like I have told, I am most fulfilled, which is the impact vision. The way I want to contribute most is when I'm using my, which is a strength, organizational ability, to create a meaningful family gathering. That is what I'm going to do, right? Then, because I value, what is my value that I'm focusing here? Connection and legacy. So this way you can create your personal purpose statement. Does any one of you want to try this?
Yeah, doctor. It's a beautiful way of, creating a quality retired life. I mean, I assess my best things. What are all the values I have? and what is the strength I have, what is the weakness I have, and what is the vision I have. So
Yes.
based on these three things, I think you are creating a purpose statement. And once that purpose statement is created, probably we need to follow that statement.
Yes.
Follow up
Yes.
whatever has been this thing. Yes, that is a beautiful way of
Yes, sir.
identifying what is the best way to go about after retirement. Thank you, doctor.
Yes.
Any other person would like to talk?
Every person is having some ambition
Ah.
to convene people for community services. I have been for 12 years gathering more 200 persons, retired persons, and regularly meeting, regularly guiding, and I am also receiving inputs from them. And on that way, I am managing my retirement life because we have experienced a lot of services experiences in our whole services, nearly 40 years. That should be delivered to some people who are in need. That's the retirement. After retirement, we should not be idle. That is one thing. I suggest this thing has to be conveyed to the working people to find a way after their retirement, because we have almost 20 years after retirement we are connecting in this forum, but in younger generation has to be given chance to learn more thing from this doctor, psychiatrist, how to build their life, how to finance is very important, experience is very important, and delivering is one of the very, very important. Nowadays, people, highly educated people, doing services, but not to the expectation of the officers or public, as well as in general. This workshop, this meeting is, even if the youngers are not attended, we have to communicate in YouTube to the known working people. That will be good to them also. This is my suggestion.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That helps. In fact, okay. I mean, the purpose statement we are able to create. You have created your own purpose statement and you are following it up. Similarly,
Yes.
I think everyone has to create the purpose statement. And sir, today, in today's context, most of the people today have, most of the, organizations have got pre-retirement training. Pre-retirement training, therefore, there they give some kind of input about how to lead your retired life. Mostly big companies do that, sir. So it's thank you, sir. Your suggestion is welcome.
Okay.
And
Thank
any
you very
other person, sir? Any other person?
Sir, I just want to contribute. Actually,
Yeah, please.
I am Ganesh. I am
Yeah, please, sir. Please go ahead.
74 now. Actually, I started planning this when I was in almost 40s and 50s. Okay. So I thought I should I should not be
Yes, sir.
suddenly I become a retired and all that. Then I have to find a new thing because I'll be mostly orienting myself into the company's objectives and company's directions. It will not be much of personal things. So I changed my profession slowly and steadily into my area, and I'm able to be still active at the age of 74, 75. I started it around after 20, 25 years of experience. I have started as a freelancing, and then I have migrated to the latest. Today, including AI and all that, I am getting involved. This is just an experience. This is my experience. I just want to plan, and I did it. That's what I wanted to share. Thank you.
Yes, doctor. Welcome,
Yes,
welcome. You are
sir.
now.
I want to add something here, like both Tangraju sir and also Ganesh sir rightly pointed out. I am sure this will help very much for a person who is planning their retirement. I understand that, but we also have to think about the people who might have already been in retirement, but they are still struggling to find their ground. So we must also be like aware that there are few people like that, may not be here, may not be like your friends, but you can take this whatever I am telling now, and you can please talk about it to people of younger generation that you come across, like your juniors in work, whoever has been in touch with you, or your some friends of your children who are struggling to find ground once they are newly retired. So I just thought I would put it out here so that it is may not, even if it is not directly helpful, it will
Yes.
be very helpful if it is shared among people who will need it. And so that is something I wanted to
Yeah,
share.
it's an excellent suggestion, and we are keep doing it, and still we will add value with your slides more.
Sure, sure. Thank you for that. So the
One,
next thing I wanted to
In
talk
fact,
is,
one important thing that we do here is that, Doctor, most of us are volunteers for this VMS. And
yes,
what we do is, we don't just stop what we have learned here. We just
yeah,
keep on talking about that to our friends, and
yes, sir.
especially to people who cannot attend these kinds of webinars, etc., so
That
that
is
to
the
build
best.
confidence in them. That's what we normally
Yes.
do, Doctor.
Yes, sir. Very good. That is why I thought even if it is, it will be relevant, even if it is people who are already figured out their retirement. I'm sure, like you can, like I said, keep talking about these kind of topics to people that you come across also. So the
Yes,
next
Doctor.
thing we will move ahead, which is daily mental wellness practices. That is building sustainable habits. So what I told before is purpose. Purpose comes when you find something in a larger scale to do. Like for example, the example that I previously told, which is organizing family gatherings, which is like a event that is happening, and there is a lot of planning and other things that's happening. But there are also this other part of retirement life, which is routine. So building habits and building sustainable habits is one more thing which I have also seen people have a little difficulty with towards when they start their retirement life. So I have just given some like easy things that they can be done by anyone. So the one thing is morning rituals for mental clarity. So the first thing that we always recommend for people who have any kind of mental disturbance, or not even mental disturbance, but who are struggling to find their ground. So what we tell them is you have to first make your sleep routine correct. And you might have already noticed some people might also have some difficulties with sleep, which come with the age itself. When you are getting older, there is a hormone which is there in our brain, which is called the melatonin. The melatonin levels will start to decrease as aging happens. So when the melatonin levels are decreasing, there will be a lot of difficulty in sleeping. What this melatonin does is it identifies that you are in a sleep provoking environment. Like for example, I have switched off the lights. I am in a dark room. There is no sound. I am in a quiet place. Then my melatonin will know that I am in a place which is suitable for sleeping. So it automatically starts to increase in my brain. So then I go to sleep. This is how usually sleep happens in people, like everyone. So when during aging, the level of melatonin will slowly start to reduce in the brain. So because of that, what happens is in old age, you find a lot of difficulty in going to sleep and also maintaining the sleep. You would see that you wake up very frequently, and even when you wake up once, you cannot go back to sleep. So these are some practical challenges that comes with the aging itself. So what we recommend is, instead of relying on melatonin to tell you when to sleep, you keep a consistent wake time and a morning routine. When you keep a consistent wake time, you have to know that I'm not telling sleep time, I'm telling wake time. So when you set a perfect wake time, like I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, I don't care when I sleep, but I wake up at 6 o'clock. Then your brain will automatically get adjusted to sleeping at a time which is enough to give you the freshness when you wake up at 6 o'clock. So that can be 10 o'clock for some people.
One second, I think doctor is now cut off. Let us wait.
Sir, her this
Yeah,
thing, yeah,
connection is out.
connection is first it become red, then it is out.
Yeah,
So it has
connection
either
is out.
power switched off, probably
Or
the
something
modem has
like that.
switched off or something like that. We don't know.
Something like that, sir. But let us wait, sir. Let us wait.
Yeah,
Let us
yeah.
wait. Let us wait, sir.
Sir, it's an excellent presentation.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. No doubt.
So she has consolidated what exactly we stop with purpose and meaning, but she has added some 3-4 points extra.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So beautiful presentation.
Yeah, yeah. Sir, sorry, I just joined little late.
No problem.
So
No.
if possible, you get the presentation to this group.
Oh, but let me get to I'll talk to the doctor and request her to share the presentation alone, separately.
Yeah, sure.
Separate. Let her come back.
Yeah.
Extremely sorry.
Yeah, no problem, doctor. It
Yes.
happens. This is the downside of this thing.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Please come.
Yes. Yeah. So, like I was saying, when you set a consistent wake time, what happens is your brain will automatically know when to go to sleep so that you don't wake up fully tired. So that is the that is what we have researched and found. There are a lot of research papers are saying this. So what we do ask for our patients, or not just patients, even everyone, is that you set a consistent wake time if you want to regulate your sleep properly. So that is the first thing. The second thing is morning routine. A morning routine is something which we will have been following for a long years. Like even since childhood, you will have a morning routine where you will wake up and you brush your teeth and then you do certain things. Like if you want to meditate, you meditate. All of that comes in the morning routine. So that brings me to the next point, which is meditation. Meditation is not mean that you do it very religiously, how you do proper meditation. You have to go to a class and you have to learn it. If you are able to do that, then that is very good. But if you are not able to do that, and if you don't want to spend time in learning proper yoga meditation, what you can simply do is something we call as a mindfulness practice. There are a lot of YouTube videos on this. Basically, what we ask is to just close your eyes. You keep one hand, like your right hand on your chest, and you keep your left hand on your stomach. And when you inhale, you have to focus on your left hand. And when you exhale, you have to focus on your right hand. So when you do that, you will be mindful. Mindful is what you are concentrating on, how you are breathing. So this is a very simple exercise that we tell people when you start mindfulness. So that
Doctor, sorry, doctor. Can you just come back again, doctor?
Yes, sir. Yes. What I said is, if you like every day morning for 5 minutes, you can just keep your hand on your right hand on your chest and left hand on your abdomen, stomach. And when you inhale, you have to close your eyes. And when you inhale, you have to focus on your left hand, which is on your stomach. So to see the air going inside your stomach, you will see that the stomach is expanding. Then you exhale. When you exhale, you have to focus on your right hand. So you can see the lung movement. So when you focus like this, you will be focusing on your breathing. So this is a very simple exercise. It is a basic mindfulness exercise that you can start. And if you feel like this is okay, I want to go to the next thing, then you can. There are a lot of videos on YouTube which will talk about mindfulness and what are the different ways you can practice mindfulness. And you can practice one of the exercises every day, or you can maintain a routine of following mindfulness for just even 5 minutes is enough, just in the morning, to get yourself calm. Next is gratitude. Yes, gratitude journaling. So what gratitude journaling is a way to be mindful of the whole day. It's like what we do in gratitude journaling is, at the end of the day, before you're going to sleep, you have to maintain a diary sort, where you have to write 3 things you are grateful for that happened in that day. not entirely in life. But say, for example, if I have to write my gratitude journal, if I have to write about today, I will write today, I gave this lecture to this group of people who were wonderful and answered all, were very interactive. So that will go in my gratitude journal. Likewise, I can also write, today I went out and had this food, which was a new experience for me. I am grateful for that. Or I can write, I had a conversation with my mother, and she was we had discussed about family, and we were laughing, and we were exchanging jokes. So this is something I'm grateful for. So like this, you have to write 3 things that happened in that day, which you are feeling grateful for. So that is called gratitude journal. It helps you to focus on what is important, and it helps you to remind yourself that things are going well. So this can be part of your routine. Then comes physical movement, like I already mentioned. You just have to move in order to energize your body and mind, not building physique, not losing weight. All of that matters, but not as important as feeling energized. So these are morning rituals that you can follow for mental clarity. Then comes the midday engagement practices. So the midday is for whatever activity you chose for your purpose. So you have already talked about the purpose statement. So what you can do is you can do something that aligns with the purpose that you have already chosen. Or you can use this time for social interaction. If you want to go out and hang out with friends, you can do that. Or if you want to have a virtual conversation with people, you can do that also. And when we also talked about skills, we said that you can learn new skills, you can teach new skills, and you can creatively express. All of this you can keep it in the midday as an engagement practice. Then comes evening. Evening is for reflection and restoration. So what you do in evening is that you have to review the day, what all happened in the day, for any accomplishments that you have. So you have to remember that accomplishments need not be something big. It can even be a small thing, like you wanted to fix the light in the house. Today you have done it. That is a great accomplishment. So, or you wanted to get up and fold the clothes. So you have done that, then that is a great accomplishment. So whatever the accomplishments that you have done through the whole day, you have to review it mentally also. You can review, or if you want to write it down also, it is best. So you have to review the day, and you have to also review the learning of the day. What did I learn? And like I said, the exercise that you did in the morning, you can do that in the evening also, or you can do some stretching exercises or anything. And if you want to watch TV, you can watch in this time, or if you want to watch your phone or anything. But you have to know that it is best to limit your screen time 1 to 2 hours before bed. So that is what we usually say. Then comes the preparing for quality sleep, which is like, as I told, when you set a proper wake time, your bedtime will automatically get set. So you just have to follow it. That's all. Then comes the weekly wellness boosters. So the weekly wellness boosters is basically what you do in the weekends. Like you can plan something because everyone will be available in the weekend. So you can plan some social activity like a dinner or family gatherings, or you can do like you usually walk just for half an hour, but in the weekends you can do like a hike, a small hike, or you can do some gardening or whatever you like the most, basically, and even cultural activities. So weekly once at least, you have to remember that you are doing something which is out of ordinary, out of your routine. So that is what this weekly wellness boosters are called. So this helps you to mimic work. Like if you see, when you were working, you would have had Monday to Friday in a schedule. Then the schedule for Saturday and Sunday will be different. So that is what we are replicating here also. So Monday to Friday, you are doing your usual things, but weekly once you are going out of ordinary and doing something different. So that is the wellness boosters. Then comes the monthly growth activities. So you can keep one activity per month where you gain something, which is like you're trying something completely new. That can be a gain. Or you're going to a class and you're learning something. So that can be a thing. Or you're traveling, or you're Just if you don't want to do any of this, like I said, the mentoring that we already talked about, even that can be like called as a monthly growth activity. So this we wanted to do only once a month. So this is like I told you, the whatever I have told until now, these are just some suggestions that you can do if you are not already set on what I have to do in my retirement. And if you feel like you are lagging, or if you're struggling a little bit to find that purpose and stability in retirement, I hope you take all of this that I have told until now, and you can create your own purpose and you can create your own stable routine. And if you have already done that, then amazing. Congratulations, you have figured the retirement out, which is very difficult for a lot of people. You can pass on the message to other people who are struggling, who you come across and who you think need help. So that is that. And the final message is, like I said, purpose and stability, these are not luxuries, they are essentials. And you have to talk about your hopes and expectations. It is okay to talk about your hopes and expectations. You have to explore identity beyond your job and engage with what lights you up. So it's never too late to restart. Thank you.
And that is the most important thing. It is never too late to start.
Yeah.
That is the most important thing. That's yes, doctor. It was a wonderful presentation. Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Some persons are not retired. I have sent doctors and the engineers, lawyers. I can see chat box because many people are continuously working. Auditors, consultants. These people have no time to retire, but earning money, doing services. Otherwise, both are involved. Mostly alone. Most of the people are sitting alone without any connections. They are feeling sad. They have to contact community as well as friends and other things. Thank you very much, doctor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, everyone, for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. C. Before we close down, there are some suggestions in the chat box, Doctor. See,
yes.
Yeah, one is the one is right at the beginning. See, I mean, he's Dr. Mahesh Yamadri. Probably you know him. Probably he is straight away addressing you, respected Dr. Jayashri, madam. Very good afternoon. It's a good to share. In Karnataka, 6 lakh scout students are there. Myself involved in some aspects of elderly care training. Is it possible to involve them in NIMHANS project in different dimensions? It will be totally different dimension. Is it possible, doctor? See, in fact, Dr. Mahesh is a qualified geriatric doctor, geriatric specialist, and he is now working in Rajasthan, Mount Abu, Rajasthan. So he is now raising, he has raised this question and he has requested me also to raise this at the end of this presentation. Is it possible to involve these scouts people in some activity, doctor?
I have to discuss that with like Shivkumar sir, because he is the person who is organizing this. Yeah. Yes. Maybe we can talk about it, sir. I'll sure bring it up with him.
Yeah. In fact, I think I will also try to clarify it with him, so that, I mean, these scout students, I mean, at least in the geriatrics, for helping the seniors, if they can be used, I think that will be very good. That is one thing. And there are other questions also in the chat box. 5 pillars are good. Doctor, one thing is that is it possible to send across this presentation alone separately?
Yes, sir. Sure. I'll be sending it to the VMS team. I think they can share it with
yeah. They can share it in the group so that I can share it with all of my friends here. So, I mean, even if it is shared in the group, that will be very nice, doctor. Because, see, in fact, this program will come up in YouTube. That is one thing. They will upload it in the YouTube and it will come up. But the presentations alone, I think that will be very good. That's what Ganesh has also asked. If you do not mind, can you share me the presentation slides as a checklist for our use and have self-feedback journal?
Sure, I'll be sending it across.
Okay, that will be nice of you, doctor. That will be nice of you. And I think is there any other person like to ask any other thing? Any other questions? If there are no other questions, doctor is a busy doctor and time is also up. So I think I can request BMS people to propose a vote of thanks. Doctor, number of appreciation has come. So in fact, last presentation we were more than about 40 people. Unfortunately, this time the number has come down.
That's okay, sir. Yes, I would be happy even if it is just 1 or 2 people.
No, that doesn't matter, doctor. But we want more people to be benefited. That is the intention. See, when you are taking so much of efforts and giving a fantastic presentation, which will be very useful to all. So I think we want more and more people to listen to that, doctor. Thank you,
Yes.
doctor.
Yeah,
Thank you.
madam, do you have any reference materials for this? If that is also there, can you please share after some time? No issues.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Probably you might
Possible.
have gone through some real reference materials. Any books or anything, please share.
You was
So
talking.
just
You
a bunch of
Erickson.
scientific
was talking
papers.
about
I'll be
Erickson.
sharing them. Yes.
Erickson. So, doctor, I mean, Erickson.
Yeah, I'll be sharing Erickson's theory, like I said.
Erickson's theory.
Yeah.
But doctor, I mean, is it not been replaced by some other theories as well?
No, sir. Actually, what happens in psychology is a bunch of people come up with a bunch of theories. We we don't take we take everything with a pinch of salt. Like I said, Erickson has a lot of followers, and there are some people who absolutely don't agree with him. So it happens. It's very normal. But personally, I felt Erickson's theory is very useful in the real context. So I just wanted to talk about there is no such material on Erickson's theory that I referred. It is a part of our curriculum when we did our MD. So, but yes, you can see his theories on YouTube, on Google. If you just Google it, it is the psychosocial theory of development. I'll be sending across some whatever I find.
Okay.
Excuse me, doctor. What's the name of the book where this Erickson theory is there?
Actually, madam, it is not a book per se. Erickson has a lot of works that he has contributed to psychology. So you can find Erickson's theory in any psychology book, but you can find a lot of material on Google itself. Like people would have written about the theory a lot of times. So whatever I can find in Google, I will be sending. Sure.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for sharing.
You can also share your mail ID, doctor, so that, I mean, if anybody likes to communicate with you and understand things in a better way, more way, they can also communicate.
Sure. Yes, sir. Definitely. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jayashri ma'am, for your very insightful and interactive session. And thank you all the participants for joining. Yeah, you may now leave the session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. God bless you.
Thank you,
God bless you and your family. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Very good.